Hola Seekers, this is Kim and bienvenidos to your September 2021 reading, where we will see what the overall energy of the month will be, what main themes this month will cover, and possibly even some of the lessons you will be learning in the month of September. And then we are going to get a heads up from Spirit and see what significant changes, shifts, and or events will be happening in the month of September that are quite inevitable. Meaning, whether you get involved or not, these changes, shifts, and or events are still going to happen. And then we are going to get some advice and guidance from Spirit on how to best work with whatever September is bringing in for you so that you can create the best changes and shifts for yourself. So these can be offers or opportunities coming in for you in the month of September, or situations that you will be experiencing in this month, or possibly even the energy that will be circulating around you in September. And then to conclude this reading, we are going to get any last messages from Spirit. So this can be further advice or guidance, or maybe something you can look forward to in this month, like good news or some important events, or possibly Spirit might even be kind enough to give us a sneak peek into some of the blessings that will be coming in for you in September. Okay, and for this reading, I will be using a bunch of oracle cards, as well as el tarot, some key terms, and even homemade cards. So stay tuned for that. Okay, but we do have 3 groups to choose from. So starting off, we have group 1, which is represented by this stone over here. We have group 2, and we have group 3. So as always, take as much time as necessary to choose your group, and whatever stone here or card calls out to you, then that will be your group. And the timestamp for each group is provided in the comment section down below. Okay, so now that you've chosen, let's skip on over to your reading. Let's go! Bienvenidos seekers who chose group 1. So in this reading, we're going to find out what the overall energy of this month will be, as well as the main themes this month will cover, and possibly even the lessons you will be learning in the month of September that will help with your spiritual or personal growth. And then we're going to move into this section that I like to call a heads up from Spirit, where we're going to find out what significant changes, events, and or shifts will be occurring in this month that are quite inevitable. And then we're going to receive any advice or guidance Spirit has for you on how to best work with whatever September is bringing in for you to create the best changes or shifts for yourself. But yeah, so these can be opportunities, situations, or simply the energy that is circulating around you in this month. And at the end of the reading, we are simply going to allow Spirit to come through and deliver any last messages for you. So this can be more advice or guidance for the month of September, or possibly even some good news or events that you can look forward to for this month. But now we are going to get into your reading. So as I connected with the energy of this group, one of the messages that came to mind was allow yourself to discover or rediscover. And the other message was learning to live life on the edge, which is a very peculiar message to receive. And the other thing I noticed was that my throat began to hurt quite a bit, and it felt like it was closing up. So some of you might be preparing yourself to communicate some very harsh truth, or to have a very important conversation with someone or a group of people, because I'm relating this pain in the throat with a blockage in the throat chakra, and the throat chakra is all about truth and communication as well as honesty. And I keep getting this feeling of getting pumped up or pumping yourself up, like preparing yourself for something important or something that requires a lot of courage from you. Okay, but now we are going to move into the cards. And actually, I wanted to do things a bit differently for this monthly reading. So I actually wanted to start off this reading with a kind of personal and intimate question. How are you? How have you been doing? Because, you know, we get so caught up with the pace of things that we forget to simply sit down and ask ourselves that question, you know? So I decided to create this little segment where we are going to see what is the energy you are coming into the month of September with, and what is the energy you guys will be embodying, exuding, or feeling by the end of this month. And hopefully this can also help you guys figure out whether this is your group or not, depending on how much the messages resonate with you, since it is meant to be describing either your current or past energies, okay? So for what is the energy you guys will be coming into the month with, we have Frog Cleansing, Clarified by Fire. And for the energy you guys will be leaving with, we have Buffalo Connection, along with Scorpion Protection. And to clarify, we have Healer. So the energy I see you guys coming in with is one of purification. Some of you might have actually been working on cleansing your energy, or might have been removing things from your life because you realized that they were harmful in some way or detrimental to either your emotional, mental, or physical well-being. So this might be, you know, relationships that were taking a toll on you, or this might be mentalities, habits as well. And I'm noticing the colors green, yellow, and blue. The colors green I associated with the heart chakra, which deals with unconditional love, authenticity, and I just received the word self-respect. And then we have the color yellow, which I associated with the solar plexus, which deals with confidence as well as self-identity. And then we have the color blue, which connects with the throat chakra, which we spoke of in the intuitive message. And I am getting a very raw and vulnerable energy from these two cards. It's almost like you guys are working where you are learning to be more confident and to be more honest with yourself and with others about what you feel. And I get this energy of like opening up, because with this fire, it's like something within you is igniting. And I keep getting this message of courage, of bravery. Possibly some of you have been exploring or experimenting with setting your boundaries and with letting others know what those boundaries are. Like, I know frogs croak and it's very loud, and they can remain silent and go unnoticed for quite a while until they croak. So I'm getting this message of you guys are finding the courage within yourself to, you know, let your voice be heard, to speak up, to let others know, hey, I am here. It's like an energy of standing your ground, of defending yourself even. And we do know that frogs sleep. So I'm also getting this energy of kind of preparing yourself or getting ready to take some type of leap. It could be a leap of faith, getting the courage to take some form of action. I'm getting this energy of a build-up. Like, so much has been building up. And finally, you've had enough, and you're letting others know that enough is enough. You're not going to allow anybody to walk all over you. You are not going to let anybody else ever take advantage of you ever again. You are going to start taking better care of yourself, mentally, physically, emotionally, and it does feel painful, this energy. It just feels very raw. Like you're really putting yourself out there for the first time. And it's a new experience, but it's also, you can feel how it's liberating, or how you're kind of getting closer to that freedom that you could only ever imagine for yourself. And you're allowing yourself to start dreaming again, or dreaming big. And not only dreaming big, but believing in your dreams and getting the courage and the bravery to take a leap of faith towards your dreams. So by this point, some of you might actually be exercising some type of like cleansing or purging rituals. So maybe literally cleansing your space, or throwing away objects that bring about a lot of painful memories. This is you actively deciding to remove that which has been blocking you energetically. Some of you might even be releasing through writing. So maybe writing your feelings on a paper, or writing a letter to someone of everything you wanted to tell them or let them know. And then instead of sending the letter, you decide to burn it, to let go of those emotions, those feelings. Others of you might actually be detoxing your body or eating foods that are healthier for your body. It's almost like you guys are aiming for some type of rebirth. And then for this energy over here, we have the buffalo and we have the scorpion, and we have this energy of persistence and protection, as well as the healer. And the buffalo reminds me of strength. It's an energy that pushes through. I once heard that buffaloes are the only animals that when there is a winter storm, they don't take the time to seek shelter and hibernate or wait for the storm to pass. They walk through the storm, because walking through the storm, they will be able to make it out of the storm a lot quicker. And they know they have what it takes to make it out of this storm. They were kind of built for this type of weather or these type of circumstances. So this is an energy of knowing what you are made of. And then we have the scorpion here, which is another badass energy, which reminds me of being connected with that dark side of yourself, which we all have, by the way, and not fearing it, because you know it's a part of you, and you know that it is this part of you that creates balance within yourself and brings harmony and wholeness. And so you are not denying any aspects of yourself, but you are embracing all of you. Embracing your strengths as well as your perceived weaknesses. And that embracing of thyself makes you so much stronger, because no one can use this against you anymore, because you know what you are made of, you know who you are, and you know that your so-called darkness only makes your light burn brighter. And so I see you coming out of this month feeling strong, feeling brave. Brave is the word that keeps coming through. And there is this humbling tone to this energy where you know where to draw the line. Meaning that you know how to pick and choose your battles. You know when it's time to pull back. And when you can, persevere and keep pushing forward. So it's also having this insight, like I said, about your perceived weaknesses and your strengths, and knowing how you can best use both of these to enter and get out of certain situations. We do have the healer card here, and this is reminding me of transformation, which is also Scorpion energy. It's an energy of rebirth and transformation. And remember, we did mention that at the beginning of the month, what you were kind of aiming for was this rebirth. And I definitely see you guys obtaining this at the end of September. There's a lot of changes happening for you guys in this month. There's a whole new you that will be emerging throughout September. You're going to see a patient side of yourself, as well as this very fiery energy where you are not simply sitting back anymore. I definitely see a new personality emerging at the end of this month. Because in this energy over here, I'm getting kind of this very quiet, reserved, and maybe shy, timid and nervous energy. And over here, by the end of this month, I'm getting someone who acknowledges still this part of themselves that can be quite timid, nervous, and even anxious at times, but they now realize they also have this side of themselves that can snap back, that can defend themselves if the situation calls for it. We do have the key term protection for the Scorpion, and with this arch of flowers over here, I'm getting an energy of protection as well. So I do feel like by the end of September, you guys have already determined what your boundaries are and set them. You guys are more focused on your healing and your well-being, and this can be like spiritual healing. This can be, your mental, physical, emotional well-being, and that's your priority. And I'm going to be blunt honest, this is not going to be an easygoing transformation, because you guys are shedding layers in a way. And that is always uncomfortable. And that's why I feel we have the buffalo here. Because even when it gets uncomfortable for you, you are not backing out. because you are determined to learn more about yourself and you are determined to see this through. It's like by this point you might feel like you're already in the storm and the only way out is through. And it feels like this storm has to do more about like an emotional turbulence where your emotions might be coming to the surface and you might have to acknowledge them and feel through them. And if you haven't done that, or you have been distracting yourself from doing that or avoiding doing that, then this might be pretty uncomfortable. What I'm getting here is that your relationships are going to be a main focus for you guys, I feel, in the month of September and even moving forwards. You might be learning more about your relationships, how you connect to others. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards because this was supposed to be a quick read right here, but as always, I take forever. Okay, but now we will look into what the overall energy of this month will be, as well as what main themes this month will cover, and possibly even some of the lessons you might be learning in the month of September. But before we look at these cards, I actually want to pull out some key terms. This will give us more information about what main themes this month will cover. Okay, so for group 1. Any more? Okay, so we have communicate, we have inspiration, and we have reveal. I actually feel like pulling out one more. Okay, there it is. And we have beginning. Okay, so those are your key terms. Now let us look at the cards. So starting off, we have this astrology card from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck. And we have Jupiter in Gemini, Bluff, the 3rd house. And then we have these two cards from the Love and Magic Oracle deck, which are take the time to creatively visualize and daydream regularly, as well as everyone is emitting a vibrational signal. Shift your vibration rather than words you are offering. Then you have true control of what you are attracting. Okay, so the first thing that is calling out to me is this key term communicate, along with this energy of the 3rd house as well as Gemini. So the 3rd house is all about information and communication, and Gemini energy is quite the excellent communicator. So I definitely see you guys enhancing your communication skills in the month of September, because we do have the key term inspiration here. Some of you might even feel inspired to possibly learn a new language, or maybe simply to improve your communication skills. This might even be developing your skills in terms to public speaking. Some of you, I'm definitely seeing you are developing the courage to speak publicly or to communicate something very important to a group of people or to someone in specific. And we did get that message at the beginning as well. And remember, in the intuitive message, I was having a bit of trouble with my throat. So I definitely see you guys working on healing your throat chakra. There definitely will be a lot of communicating going on in this month. And some of this communication, you might even be pushed to do it, like speaking your truth, speaking up about what you truly feel. Maybe this can be letting others know what you are uncomfortable with, as we mentioned before, setting your boundaries. And it doesn't necessarily have to be verbal communication, because the 3rd house speaks about communication in all medias. So this can be through email, text, written. If you are currently working or your work requires for you to communicate with others through email, I see you kind of double checking your email or being very mindful of your wording, and also being mindful of how others word their own thoughts. And Gemini is very insightful. Communication is their thing. And so I see you guys nitpicking at little details, or kind of learning in the month of September how to read between the lines. You guys are going to be seeing with a lot more clarity what people's true intentions are, what message they are truly trying to convey. And it's like everything that was hidden from you before, it's finally going to be revealed to you. But not because the truth comes out, but it's more like the blindfold that you have been wearing is going to fall off. It's like you yourself are going to see more clearly. Because I'm noticing how this woman does have a blindfold. And this image is kind of reminding me of the Two of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot. And the Two of Swords speaks about indecision, feeling like you don't have enough information or clarity to make a confident decision. And with the key term here, I just thought of the message, you are calling their bluff. So the thing I like about this image is that unlike the Rider-Waite's Tarot, this person does not have the weapons crossing over her chest. She is kind of showing the public what she is holding, and she is very much open instead of being closed off. So you guys are allowing yourself to be open to receiving all of the information that you need in order to make confident decisions moving forward. And most importantly, because we do have these hands here, and in the guidebook, they are described as the magician's hands. So I see you guys learning how to, is manipulate the correct word? How to really use communication and wording to your advantage. I keep getting the term sweet talk, but it's like you're finally understanding how other people communicate. You're kind of getting the gist of it or the hang of it. And you're learning how to play along per se, or how to have the upper hand is the other message I'm getting. And this is not an energy about being dishonest, because that's not the vibe I'm getting. You are being honest. It's just that you're being very clever with your communication. It's like you guys are going to be blessed by the stars, by the universe, with excellent communication this month. And I feel it's for a reason. There might be an offer coming in for you in the month of September that requires for you to make a deal verbally, or it requires for you to speak to an audience, to a public, to a group of people, or maybe it requires for you to send a very important email or to write a very important essay, for a class. Maybe it's your final report or something like that. And this is crucial. This is important. This communication will determine whether you get the job or not, whether you get the part, whether you get to collaborate with this person, whether you stand out from a crowd. And so saying the right thing or saying it in the right form is very important. And I definitely see you guys succeeding in that. And I keep getting this energy of bravery and courage. It's like you guys get a dosage of bravery from the universe in order to finally speak, or like we said before, take action or make an important decision. And also I feel like this is about you're letting others know that you are about to make some important decision in the month of September. It's like you're communicating with others that you're considering whether to end something in order to embark on a new beginning. This might even be like you're letting your job or your boss know that you're considering possibly terminating the contract with them, or you're considering applying to another job. And that leaves the other person a little bit on edge. And that was the message we got at the beginning, right? Living life on the edge. It makes the other person a little bit nervous because they never imagined that you will get the courage to look for something. And I'm sorry I'm using this phrase, but look for something better. It's like these people never really thought that you would be able to call their bluff, is the message I'm getting. Or that you will be able to stand up for yourself is the other message I'm getting. Because we do have shift your vibration rather than words you are offering. And so instead of just talking the talk, you guys are finally walking the walk. Like possibly you have been letting everybody know that you really dislike your job, and you've been letting everybody know, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm going to become self-employed, I'm going to start my own business, or I'm going to look for a new job. But you kind of just been saying this, over and over for the past couple of months, but you're never taking any action in regards to it. And then suddenly in the month of September, you kind of get this drive to finally take that action. Not necessarily quit your job on the spot, but maybe start looking for that new job, or start working on opening your own business, or opening up that website, or start selling your services, or putting your work out there, so that then afterwards you can feel more confident in finally quitting this job that you don't like and haven't liked for a really long time. And of course, this is just an example, but if the example resonates with you, then please do take it. So another example could be, ending a relationship with someone that wasn't working out for you, or you've been unhappy in this relationship or even marriage for a really long time, and you've been simply talking about, moving on, but you haven't done anything about it. And in the month of September, it's like, poof, you get the courage to finally make that very difficult and important decision to finally move forward. Because then you have true control of what you are attracting, because we do have the energy of beginning here. So it's like, once you choose to take this action to cut away with the past or remove yourself from that which is no longer for you, or you no longer like, or is no longer fulfilling you, then you make space for this beginning. Then you make space to attract or call in whatever it is that you do desire and want. And with everyone is emitting a vibrational signal, and then I'm looking at this image here, it's making me feel like you guys will be very sensitive to energy in the month of September. And I feel like this sensitivity is allowing you to pick up on the true intentions, feelings of others. And this is also allowing you to be excellent communicators, because you are able to connect more deeply with the people around you, because you are able to tap into their energy and to this is going to be a weird message, get with their frequency, and in that be able to really speak their language in a way. Because this image here is reminding me of the crown chakra, like a crown chakra being fully active. And the crown chakra is where we receive a message or information from higher beings or from our higher self. And it is also denoting like being able to also receive messages from the higher self of other people, or just receive messages telepathically. And actually, Jupiter and Gemini also denotes this ability for telepathic communication. So some of you might even be experiencing that in the month of September, where you are able to pick up on other people's thoughts. And I definitely see you guys even having like this frequent back-to-back conversation with your spirit team, your spirit guides, your higher self, angels if you connect with them, or even deities, and thus you're able to receive a lot of guidance. Some of you might notice this or acknowledge that you are receiving downloads or information, but others of you might just experience it as a knowing, like, I just know this and I'm certain about it and I'm going to move forward with confidence. But I definitely see that there will be a lot of experiences where you simply ask, you can ask out loud to yourself, or you simply think of a question, or you're wondering about something, and then you receive an answer almost immediately. Like with the number 3 here, I feel like 3 days is the maximum number of days that you have to wait to receive an answer or some clarity in regards to whatever it is that you are wondering or questioning about. Like Spirit is really working with you in the month of September to bring in this new beginning for you. So I definitely see some of you guys getting back on track in terms to your meditation or whatever rituals or routines that allowed you to connect with your inner self and be at calm and at ease, because that will allow you to receive more information a lot faster and more clearly from your higher self or from these higher beings. And with this message, take the time to creatively visualize and daydream regularly. Like I said, Spirit is working with you to create and bring in this new beginning. And I'm not necessarily seeing this new beginning coming in for you in the month of September, but I am seeing you guys working on creating this new beginning, because we have to start somewhere, right? And I see you guys starting in the month of September. So some of you might be actively manifesting, working on visualizing the new beginnings you want to create. So some of you might be manifesting a travel, and I do see that in the future for you guys if that is what you want. And that may also be the reason why some of you might feel inspired to learn a new language, because wherever it is that you do want to travel to, they might speak a language that is foreign to you. And if this is the case, I feel like you guys actively learning the new language or learning more about the places that you would like to visit really lets the universe know that you guys aren't kidding, that you guys, you do want to visit this place, that you are determined to make this happen. And that really convinces the universe that, hey, you're not bluffing. They are serious about this. And that is when the universe really starts getting serious along with you to really bring in this manifestation, to really make this travel happen. Because this image here, we have the star in the middle, the brightest star, and then see how we have like these clouds or this fog that's finally dissipating so that you can see the star? It's like you finally become clear on what it is that you want. It's like the doubt dissipates. You finally made up your mind. So I'm seeing focus here. I'm seeing clarity. The indecisiveness has finally dissipated. In this assertiveness, this decision making really allows for things to finally move forward, for things to finally start picking up for you. And it's also in your actions. I feel like you guys are not just going to be visualizing and daydreaming about what it is that you want, but you're going to be taking some type of action towards it. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards, and we are moving into the segment of the reading titled A Heads Up from Spirit. So firstly, we will look at the inevitable changes, shifts, or events that will be happening in the month of September. And we have the Queen of Swords. And to clarify, we have, I believe this is the Knight of Swords, number 52, the Shepherd. So we have a lot of air energy here. Some of you might be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Might even have Mercury in Gemini. If so, then this might serve as confirmation that this is your reading. But if not, that is totally okay. This is simply, again, letting us know that communication will be very important for you guys in the month of September. Now, this Queen of Swords might be denoting your energy, but it can also be representing the energy of somebody else in your life, someone who will play an important role in your life in the month of September. Now, the Queen of Swords denotes someone who is honest, someone who is truthful, can be very blunt with their communication. This also denotes someone who is highly intelligent and quick-witted, and quite open-minded as well. The key terms that we have here are honest, protective, and quirky. And I love that she's wearing this color red because the red reminds me of the root chakra, and it's all about having stability, being grounded in who you are. And I also associate this color with confidence and passion, being passionate about something or having a passion. Now, if I interpret this Queen of Swords as your energy, which I do feel is the case, like I said, you guys are being very assertive in the month of September. You are being very straightforward with your communication. And the other message I'm getting is that you guys aren't hiding anymore. We have this beautiful gypsy here, and we have this key term quirky. You are really coming through as your most authentic self in the month of September. Like, you guys are not giving a shh in regards to other people's opinions about you. I keep repeating this, but I kept getting this energy of bravery and courage. And it takes a lot of courage for the majority of us to be ourselves, because we're so used to pleasing people or to meeting other people's expectations or to being liked by others. But in the month of September, it's like you are throwing caution to the wind. And maybe that's also the reason why we receive the message living on the edge at the beginning of the reading. Because you guys are, I'm seeing this energy of experimenting. You are doing the things that are calling out to you at the moment, the things that you have been possibly wanting to pursue for a really long time, but you've been holding yourself back on pursuing these things. I'm so sorry if you hear that squawking noise. My neighbors have a macaw. He likes to let himself be known or heard every once in a while, which is kind of the energy I'm getting from this Queen of Swords. You are letting others know that you are here, that you have arrived is the message I'm getting. And we do have the triple moon symbol on her forehead, which, please do correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it represents the goddess, like goddess energy or feminine energy. So you guys are really allowing yourself to embody this goddess energy in the month of September, whether you are male or female. This simply means that you are being receptive to your own energy. You are not refusing yourself, nor your needs, nor your passions in the month of September. I'm noticing how she's balancing this sword above her head. Again, I'm getting this message of weighing your options. We do have the Knight of Swords here, and the Knight of Swords denotes big changes or opportunities coming your way fast. So like I said, I do feel like some offers or opportunities are going to come in for you in the month of September, and I see you guys weighing out your offers or your options. Now, the Knight of Swords can sometimes denote jumping into something, so accepting an offer as soon as it comes in, being a bit impulsive. But because we do have the Queen of Swords here, you guys are doing quite the opposite. You're not being desperate. You're not simply jumping at the first opportunity or offer that comes your way. Because you know you are this goddess, because you know you are this queen. And so it's like you guys now have established your standards, and you are making sure that whatever comes in now meets your standards. You're not settling for anything less than. And you're not worried about losing an opportunity. Because the Queen of Swords is a very boss energy. The Queen of Swords knows that she attracts, knows that at the end of the day, she will be successful one way or the other. So for you guys in the month of September, you don't have to settle. If an opportunity doesn't feel right for you, you don't have to take it. If something makes you nervous, but not a good nervous where you are excited, but rather where you feel stressed, where you feel uncertain about it, you don't have to accept it, because I'm getting this energy of peace and calm and tranquility here with the Shepherd. There will be offers that will make you feel safe, but also excited in a good way. And I see you taking those offers. Or I see you waiting for them, but not waiting in a way where you're being passive, not doing anything. Meanwhile, the Knight of Swords does denote offers coming your way, but I feel like this is also representing you are the one giving out offers. Or you guys are the one giving opportunities, or possibly even second chances. You are deciding in the month of September whether you are going to give certain people, situations, a second opportunity, a second chance. So I see you guys calling the shots in the month of September. And this might be pretty new for some of you. The other thing I'm getting with the Queen of Swords is that possibly this can be somebody who will be coming in for you in the month of September. This can be a new energy because we do have the Knight of Swords here. Someone who might be an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this is someone who also shows up as this Queen of Swords, who knows their worth, knows what they want, and is very, very assertive. This is someone who is direct, can sometimes be a bit impatient as well as impulsive. But what I'm getting with this Shepherd is that they are very loyal. So they are mostly impulsive when they see something that they truly like and believe in. They don't hesitate, they don't second guess themselves, they don't overthink it. They go for it, or they go towards it. And I feel like the thing that this person has seen to be worthy of their attention and to be worthy to take a chance with is you. It can be the case where you do decide to maybe put your work out there, or maybe have this conversation possibly with this Queen of Swords, someone who you do see as this Queen of Swords, and you guys hit it off. Like, you guys impress this Queen of Swords. They take a liking to you almost immediately. And it is because you yourself are showing up as this Queen of Swords energy as well, where you are showing up as you unapologetically. And this Queen of Swords likes that, likes how straightforward you are, likes how knowledgeable you are as well. How perceptive you are is the other thing I'm getting. And they find you quite charming as well. They find your individuality very charming. And I feel that it is the communication that they can really relate to. The way that you communicate, the way that you express yourself. But I definitely feel that you will form some type of connection with this Queen of Swords. Or it is this Queen of Swords that will offer you something that you cannot pass up, because it suits you so well. And you feel comfortable with this Queen of Swords. You feel at peace with this person enough to know that, yes, I can work with them, or yes, it will be amazing to collaborate with them, or to further the communication with this person. So meeting this Queen of Swords is going to be something that is bound to happen in the month of September, and you showing up as this Queen of Swords, making decisions, being assertive is also something that is written for you in the month of September. And we add up 5 and 2, and that equals 7, and I see 7 as a very lucky number. So again, because this luck is on your side, if you have been wanting to communicate something or speak to someone, you know, maybe form a connection with someone, I do feel like in the month of September, it's the perfect month to go for it. The right words will come to you. And the gypsy being here, some of you might be interested in taking like dance lessons or learning something new in the month of September. And whatever it is that you are wanting to learn or pursue in this month, I feel like you guys have a natural talent for it, or it will come quite easy to you. But mostly because you guys are going to be very passionate about learning this, so it won't feel like a burden. I'm also getting a bit of a rebellious energy. So some of you might be feeling a bit rebellious in the month of September, or you might be rebelling against some people who you felt have been oppressing you. And yes, the universe can bestow the gift of communication to you in the month of September, but if you let anger to take the front seat, anger can be pretty selfish. So it might manipulate this gift in a way that will not benefit you in the long run. So it's very important to keep level-headed. And the other message I'm getting is that some of you might be considering getting a tattoo or a body piercing, and you might go for it in the month of September. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards, which will let us know, which will give us any advice or guidance from Spirit on how to best work with whatever September is bringing in for you. So we have the Moon, Intuition, Dreams, Illusion. And then we have the Magician, Resourcefulness, Manifestation, Make Things Happen. And again, we have the triple goddess symbol over here. And lastly, we have the 9 of Swords, number 41, Roses. Wow, so it's pretty cool that you guys got 2 major arcanas. So the first thing that is calling out to me is this Moon card and this 9 of Swords. So the Moon card can often denote anxiety, fears, even phobias. And the 9 of Swords also speaks about feeling quite anxious, restless, even possibly having some nightmares. And I do connect the Moon with the realm of dreams. So the first thing I'm seeing with these 2 cards is that you might be having a lot of very unusual and really bizarre dreams. And some of these might even induce a bit of anxiety or fear, because what I feel is happening is you guys are healing and working through some stuff through your dreams, because you are actively clearing out shit in your life. All this stuff that you've suppressed or hidden within yourself is finally coming up to the surface to be released through the dream space. Most of our healing, I feel, is done in our dreams, because that is when we are the least resistant, and that allows you kind of to work through it, to feel through it. If you want to journal your dreams, that is okay. If you want to work further through them, that is definitely okay, because as you can see, we have someone here who is reading the tarot for herself. So if you yourself have tarot cards or oracle cards and you want to make sense of your dreams through your tarot or oracle cards or some other form of divination, then you can definitely do so if that helps ease your anxiety or helps make sense of things and clear your mind. But we are recommending for you not to get so attached to your dreams, because the more we overthink it, the more we get attached to it instead of letting go of whatever the dream was trying to work through and clear out. We simply hold on to that energy more. So if the dream was uncomfortable, you don't have to relive it by overanalyzing it. You can simply let it be. Yet I'm also seeing that you guys will be receiving a lot of messages through your dreams. And I feel like when you receive these messages, you will feel called to maybe look further into it. Because with this rose here, I feel like the universe, your higher self, spirit, is going to send very specific symbols to you in your dreams. These symbols will really stand out. and you will really be called to look further into them. And those symbols are messages coming from the divine, coming from your higher self. And so for the month of September, I do recommend keeping a dream journal for these specific messages. What I'm also getting with the rose is doing shadow work, which I feel is part of the healing, is part of the transformation, is part of the letting go of the old in order to embrace the new. Some of you might be feeling pretty restless in the month of September, and because we do have this woman reading the tarot, I feel this is a message of do tasks or practice hobbies that relax you. Whatever makes you feel safe, whatever helps you tune in with yourself, please do that in the month of September. So if it's reading tarot, if it's delving into divination, then practice more of that in the month of September. And I do feel like this will also help enhance your spiritual gifts or your psychic abilities. Because like I said, I feel like your crown chakra will be pretty active in the month of September. So you are definitely getting a lot of downloads, not only when you're awake, but also when you are asleep. And I keep getting the message of drinking a lot of water. Keep yourself hydrated this month. And then we do have the Magician here. So we do have the key term manifestation. I definitely see you guys working on your manifestations, possibly doing scripting, maybe even doing some spells, doing vision boards, doing affirmations this month. And I feel like affirmations will also help you guys a lot in easing this anxiety, or this restlessness. It's like you guys, your energy feels pretty restless in the month of September, not because, something bad is about to happen, but because you feel that the energy is shifting for you. You feel how something new is about to come into your life, like new energy is coming in. And so instead of feeding into this nervous energy, Spirit is recommending for you to use this energy of change to create positive shifts in your life by focusing it on things that you do like, by focusing it on actions that you know will lead you closer to whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Do things that will affirm that whatever it is that you want to attract is coming in. Because we do have this message of make things happen and of resourcefulness as well. So be resourceful with your time and with your energy. Where are you investing your energy in? Is it something productive? Is it something that is helping you feel more at ease? Or is it something that is feeding this anxiety, this nervousness, and making you feel like you are still stuck in the past when clearly you guys aren't. Clearly you guys are moving forwards. And also, I keep getting the word affirmation looking at this rose. If you can, and if you are called to it, we do recommend doing some mirror work. What I'm getting from mirror work is looking at your reflection and telling yourself that you are worthy, that you are lovable, that you are beautiful, telling yourself that you love you, and affirming your dreams to you. And whenever you are affirming whatever it is that you want to yourself, use the present tense to affirm to you and to the universe that this is already a part of your future. And I'm also seeing self-care with this rose here. And I'm looking at the number 4 here, which for me represents stability as well as healing and protection. And we do have the number 1 here, which represents new beginnings. And the Magician is actually the first card in the tarot deck. So the number 1 also speaks about leadership, taking initiative. So like I said, you aren't waiting for life to happen to you guys anymore. You are taking action in regards to your life. You are making sure that things happen for you. It's like you're not taking action out of impatience or out of disbelief that this will happen, but rather you are taking action because you know that this is going to happen. You are just helping along in the process. Some of you might even be going to people who practice divination, getting tarot readings, or maybe even asking for spells, maybe spells that will help you manifest things a lot quicker, or spells that will open doors for you or open the road for you, or I'm simply seeing going to people to get cleansing. And the last message I'm getting is that some of you are going to experience a leveling up in your psychic or spiritual gifts or abilities. For those of you who are not very acquainted already with some of the psychic abilities that you do have, this might throw you a bit of guard, because I do feel like they're going to be very potent in the month of September. So whereas before possibly you simply thought of messages, now you're really going to hear them clearly in your mind, or you might even start having prophetic dreams. So if it's the case that you start hearing spirit or getting a lot of messages from spirit, you can let spirit know to like back off a bit. Or if you want to, work more on your abilities and you feel like you need guidance, you can ask spirit, universe, your higher self for that guidance. So someone who can come in and kind of help you and guide you or give you more advice in terms to what you are experiencing. And I do feel like you are going to meet people who also have similar psychic abilities as you, or have experienced similar experiences as you, and you can bond with them. And this again will help reduce your anxiety or nervousness or even fears in regards to your psychic gifts or abilities. So some of you might even be finding like a spiritual community, or spirit is encouraging you to maybe look for a spiritual community that you connect with and feel comfortable with, to explore more of your psychic abilities if you want to. Okay? For the last part of this reading, we are simply going to see any last messages that Spirit has for you. So we have the Queen of Swords once again, number 42, Amor, the little Cupid here. And then for our last card is one that I have personally created. They all contain quotes from the animated TV series Adventure Time. So we have: "The answer was so simple. I was too smart to see it." And this was said by Princess Bubblegum. So we already spoke of the Queen of Swords, and we know that this energy is a highly intelligent one, very perceptive, even intuitive. So the last advice and guidance from Spirit is do not overthink things. And I know that's a crummy advice to give, especially to my overthinkers. But I feel like Spirit is letting you know all the answers will be given to you. All that you need to know will be given to you in the month of September. It's only if you start overthinking, overanalyzing, that you will overcomplicate things for yourself, when it doesn't have to be complicated, because literally Spirit created this month so that it wouldn't be complicated for you guys. In a sense that there are hidden things, or people are not being honest, or that you are wearing a blindfold. Because in this month, the blindfold is coming off. In this month, you are being given that intuitive insight to see through people's lies, or to really get the core of what people are trying to say or mean with their words, their communication. And I love this quote, because this is acknowledging how smart you guys truly are, and how sometimes it's so difficult to see the simplicity of things because of how expansive and open-minded your mind is. And I feel like this is coming also from the fact that you guys have felt the need to kind of overthink or overanalyze stuff, because people in your life have never been very straightforward with you. And this might have caused you a lot of pain and heartache in the past. Or maybe feeling like you are the one who was clueless, or who didn't understand people, or was not too smart to understand people. But Spirit is telling you, no, that's not the case. It's just that people are not used to being honest. The last message I'm getting is, all you have to do is ask, and we will bring it to you. So if you have been trying to get clarity in regards to something, you are definitely getting it in the month of September. You're finally getting your answer in the month of September. And Spirit is going to be very straightforward about it. They are not going to sugarcoat it. They are not going to beat around the bush. They are simply going to deliver it to you guys. And I feel this can be something in regards to relationships, or in regards to a specific person or a connection. You guys might have been waiting to get clarity on a connection, and you are getting it in the month of September. Maybe get even clarity on why something didn't work out in the past for you guys. Some of you might even be getting this clarity or answer through meditation, through your divination work, or maybe even through someone who does practice divination, or like I said, through your dream space. So those are all the messages for you guys. I apologize that this reading is so long, but I do hope that you enjoyed the reading and that it brought some guidance, some clarity, or that it has you feeling a bit excited for the month of September. If you did enjoy this reading, then please leave a like or a comment. Let me know how it resonated, or simply just, drop by and say hi. And if you are new and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Oh, and thank you so much for everyone who has been watching the ads. That is a wonderful and simple way to support my channel. So muchas gracias, okay? So yeah, that is all, and until the next moment, bye bye. Hola Seekers, bienvenidos to your September 2021 reading, where we will find out what the overall energy of this month will be, as well as what main themes this month will cover, and possibly even some of the lessons you will be learning in the month of September. And then we are going to get a heads up from Spirit and find out what significant changes, shifts, and or events will be occurring in September that are quite inevitable. Meaning, whether you get involved or not, these changes, shifts, and or events are still going to happen. And then we are going to get some advice and guidance from Spirit on how to best work with whatever September is bringing in for you to create the best changes in your life. And to conclude this reading, we are simply going to receive any last messages that Spirit has for you. So this could be more advice and guidance, or it can be even a sneak peek into some of the blessings that will be coming in for you this month. Okay, but before we get into your reading, just a quick heads up from me. The reading for group 1 was fairly long, so I get the feeling that this one is going to be long as well, and I'm going to try to be as honest as I can be with the messages. So it's not going to be all roses and butterflies, because not every month can we receive the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So yeah, just a heads up that these messages have the potential to get a bit serious or a bit too real, so warning. Okay, but let's get into your reading. So as I was connecting with the energy of this group, I actually felt the urge to cry, and I kept thinking of Harry Potter for some reason, and it simply made me think of my childhood. So some of you might be reminiscing about your childhood in the month of September, or you might be reconnecting with people of your past, because I do have this feeling that some of you will be actively looking to reconnect with your past, especially the past that connects with your childhood. So you might be actively watching shows or movies that you watched a lot when you were a child and you enjoyed, or maybe eating your favorite childhood snacks. And it's like you guys are actively searching for that feeling of comfort, for that feeling of safety, or just for that feeling of innocence, of lightheartedness. Others of you might be trying to face some fears of your childhood, or even face some very unpleasant experiences that you lived through when you were a child. This might even be healing some childhood traumas, or maybe even forgiving some people of your past who did you wrong or made you feel unsafe. So I'm definitely seeing healing some inner child wounds for the month of September, or reconnecting with your inner child, at least wanting to reconnect with your inner child. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the cards, and actually I am going to do this reading a bit differently than how I normally do. So I actually wanted to start off this reading by asking the question, how have you guys been? How have you been doing? Sometimes we get so caught up in the pace of things that we forget to simply sit down and ask ourselves, how am I? How have I been doing? Check in with ourselves. So in this section, we are going to find out what is the energy you guys are coming into September with, and what is the energy you will be embodying or exuding at the end of September 2021. Okay? And hopefully this will also help you guys determine whether this is the group for you, since I am going to look into possibly your current or past energies. Okay? So for the energy that you will be entering September 2021 with, we have the Dragonfly, along with rise. Oh, that's a beautiful energy. And the key term for this card is peace. And the energy you will be embodying at the end of this month, we have horse, which is passion, along with release. Okay? So I definitely see you guys entering the month of September with a new outlook on life or a new perspective on a situation or situations. With this Rise card, there is this feeling of freedom, and I'm also getting this energy of release, which is quite funny because we actually do have the release card over here. But it's like a burden has been lifted off you, and you feel lightweight again. You feel like you can breathe again. Now, the dragonfly for me denotes flexibility because this creature can fly up and down and sideways. And so I am getting this energy of being open-minded. But most importantly, not getting attached to things, to the past, to expectations, to relationships, to people. Some of you, by this point, you might have decided to cut cords in a way. That's the message I'm getting, cutting cords. With people, it can be with your past. It can be even with belief systems. And in cutting these cords, it's like you find your wings again. You find your independence once more, your liberty, your freedom. But I'm getting this mostly as a mental relief or release. It's like something that has been weighing heavy in your mind is finally being released or let go of. I'm even getting this sense of blame. Some of you might have been blaming yourself for something, but you have recently gotten a new perspective in regards to whatever it is that you were blaming yourself about or feeling guilty or shame over. And this new perspective has allowed you to free yourself from this guilt, shame, from this self-blame. If it's not self-blame, it might even be blame towards another person. And it's like you guys have been attached to this for so long that it hasn't allowed you to move forward. It just feels like you guys have been stuck somewhere. It could be somewhere physical or like somewhere in your life, but it mostly feels mental, possibly even emotional. And by this point, you're finally letting go of it. You are rising above it. And in this rising above, you guys have found peace. By this point, you guys have obtained some form of inner peace. And with these many beautiful colors here, we have purple, blues, indigo, green. I'm getting a strong sense of like spiritual enlightenment. Some of you have obtained some form of enlightenment and you're entering the month of September with this enlightenment, which can be that new perspective or outlook on life. And it is through this that you guys feel ready or prepared to face or take on whatever is coming your way. It's like challenges for you are no longer challenges because you have this new perspective that allows you to see opportunities wherever you go. So it's like instead of seeing challenges as obstacles, you see them as opportunities to learn. I keep getting these visuals of the dragonfly evading certain obstacles, and it allows the dragonfly an opportunity to practice its skill of, flying in these many different directions. It's like you guys are ready to test your wings. And one of the skills, and I'm not sure whether it can be called a skill, that you have learned that you possess is the skill of forgiveness and the skill of letting go and releasing. And I do feel like you guys are working your way towards learning how to surrender as well. Surrender to the changes, surrender to the flow of things. And if you feel like you're not there yet, I do feel like this is what you have in mind. Like, I feel this is sort of your goal if you feel like you're not here yet by the beginnings of September. Yeah, and some of you might even be actively working on discovering more about your spiritual gifts, your psychic abilities, or possibly even your skills or talents. So these can be like creative talents or skills in problem solving, or just getting to know more about what skills you guys have up your sleeves. And this may sound a little cheesy, but you're ready to get more in touch with your magic and learn more about what your magic is. Yeah, the message I keep getting over and over in my head is you are ready to test your wings. Okay, this is a beautiful energy. It's very calm, very peaceful, and very empowering as well. But for the energy we have you embodying and or exuding at the end of September 2021, we have the horse, passion, and we have release. So I definitely see you guys releasing completely all the burdens, all the pain. See, we have like these jagged rocks here, and at one point these hands were holding tightly onto these jagged rocks. And if you can imagine that, holding tightly onto jagged rocks, you can also imagine how painful and uncomfortable that must have been. And when we go through so much pain for a really long time, we become numb to that pain. We become used to it. And so it might be the case where you guys became numb to your own pain, or you yourself became numb or felt numb. But with the dragonfly having all these beautiful colors here, it's like you guys awoke. And I am getting this energy of awakening here with the Rise card. You guys finally awoke to yourself and awoke to your pain and awoke to what was holding you back. And all this time you've been working on releasing and letting go of these jagged rocks. And this energy of releasing extends throughout all of September. So that at the end of September, you're left empty-handed, but not, in a negative connotation. It's like your hands are now empty, but they're empty to receive the new, to receive the blessings. Because with this horse here, I'm again getting this energy of freedom. The horse is a free-spirited creature. In releasing all of these burdens, you are obtaining your freedom. And what I'm getting with this horse is a resurgence of passion. Like now you have more space to focus on what you are passionate about. Now you have more space to do the things that you always wanted to do. Now you have more space for your soul. You have more space for you. And this horse is running. There is speed here. So I definitely see things speeding up for you by the end of September. So as soon as you release the stuff that you need to release, new energy comes in for you. And this new energy is one of passion, one of creativity, I just received the word enlightenment. It's one of joy. It's one that really allows you to connect with your individuality and does not oppress you. It allows you to reconnect with your soul, with your own being. I'm even getting this energy of traveling. Like some of you might actually be traveling by the end of September, which I know we are still in this COVID-19 crisis, so I'm not sure whether that will apply for everybody because we are all from different parts of the world and I know there's different restrictions, but I am getting this sense of movement. This can be movement in the energy where new energy is coming in, but definitely some of you might be literally moving from one place to the other, relocating or moving out of your childhood home. Some of you might even be moving out of a marriage, maybe of a harmful household. It just feels like you're claiming your independence in some way. It is like the movement itself, the physical movement, really allows the idea of freedom to sink in for you guys. Like you need that physical movement. You need that relocation in order for you to finally feel like you have really released the past or whatever it is that was causing you harm in some way. Be it physical, be it mental, be it emotional, be it spiritual. And the horse does remind me of strength and of fitness. So I definitely see you guys also taking better care of your physical health. Some of you might even get this impulse or this urge to start exercising or just to start moving. It just feels like there needs to be some movement to create some energy flow, but also your body has been craving space in order to stretch out, in order to run, in order to move. If you do decide to start a fitness journey at the beginning of September, I do see you guys seeing some results by the end of September that will really motivate you to continue doing your exercises or this fitness routine or eating healthier, whatever it is that you guys have been doing, because you will be pleased with the results that you will see by the end of September. Yeah. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards because, like I said with group 1, this was supposed to be a very mini reading, but I take forever. Okay, but now we will look at the overall energy of September as well as the main themes of this month and possibly even some of the lessons you will be learning in September. But before we look at these cards, I actually want to pull out some key terms just to get more information in regards to the main themes this month will cover. Is there any more? Feel like one more. Okay, there is. So we have connection. We have inspiration. Foundation. And relationship. Okay, so there is this focus on connections and relationships for the month of September. Okay, but now we will look at these oracle cards. So we will start off with the astrology card from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck, and we have Moon in Aries, the first house, protection. Okay, and then we have this oracle card from the Love and Magic Oracle deck, and we have meditate your way to tuning into the frequency of your highest good. Control the way you feel and reconnect with your source energy. Okay, and this eye over here is actually reminding me of something I felt when connecting with your energy. I felt a lot of pressure in the center of my forehead between my eyebrows, and that space I personally associated with the third eye chakra. So some of you might be experiencing some third eye chakra activations, or your third eye chakra will be very, very active in the month of September. But things to point out very quickly, we do have Moon in Aries, so some of you might have a Moon in Aries. If so, this might be serving as confirmation, but if not, don't worry about it. This is simply letting us know that your emotions are going to take an important role in the month of September. Your emotions or feelings might be the drive that leads you to take some form of action or make some very important decisions in the month of September, which can be a good thing at times because it means that you're staying true to your feelings and your emotions and you're validating them. But when we do get carried away by our emotions or feelings, sometimes we can become a little too rash or impulsive and, take actions that we might later regret or make decisions that we do not really at the core resonate with. Because, our emotions, they are fluctuating. They are not constant. And so one moment we may feel very excited, but 5 minutes later that excitement is completely gone. It is important to not allow ourselves to get carried away by our emotions because usually they carry us too far away into territories that we might not end up liking. So it is important to keep grounded because Aries can be pretty impulsive. So you might be experiencing some mood swings in the month of September. There might even be some flare-ups. I'm kind of being reminded of the dragonfly, how it shifts and changes. It's very flexible. So one moment you might be up, then the next you might be down. One moment you might be agreeing on something and then you're disagreeing on it. So there is this bit of instability, and it is interesting because we do have foundations here. So I do get the sense of possibly not getting carried away in regards to creating something new in the month of September, or setting foundations, or rushing into agreeing to investing in something or buying something very, very expensive or collaborating with someone in the month of September, because I am getting this energy of getting swept away by the moment. And so if you do decide to start something, create something, work on something in the month of September, we do recommend for you to take a moment and really think about it. Allow yourself to kind of feel through your feelings and allow your emotions to kind of settle down before you decide to agree on anything. Because like I said, one moment you might be very excited about it, and this excitement does not allow you to see the details about the situation or the reality of the situation. And then once this excitement settles or dwindles, that is when you start seeing the situation for what it really is. And it might not be to your liking or how you were idealizing it when you were very excited. Because I'm looking at this image here and I'm noticing this frame. I'm not sure what it is, but it's kind of reminding me of a contract or a scroll. But see how there's nothing on it? It's empty. So it's kind of giving me this vibe of an empty contract or this vibe of like false promises. So just allow for the buzz to settle down before you decide to agree to anything in the month of September. Because the moon does also represent illusions and hidden things. So things might not be exactly what they seem in the month of September, especially if they're coming out of nowhere or left field. Now I am noticing this key term protection, and this flower here, this vine, is kind of reminding me of protection as well. So I do feel like for the month of September, it is important to protect your energy. Like I said, keep center, possibly even practicing some grounding exercises, because with this moon and Aries energy, I do get this energy of being volatile or being susceptible to outside energies. So it might be that since you are working through stuff, since you're working through releasing some stuff of the past or some suppressed emotions or feelings, your energy is very open, it's very vulnerable. It's also very susceptible to receiving or picking up on outside energy. So maybe what you are feeling is not so much your emotions, but it's like the feelings and emotions of the people who are around you, or you're picking up on the energy of your environment. So I do recommend protecting your energy in the month of September. You could do it by affirming to yourself before you get up that you are protected, that your energy is protected by the divine, by your spirit team, by your higher self, by God, whoever it is that you connect to. If you are visual people, which I am getting because we have the symbol of the third eye here, you can even visualize like a light of protection around you. It could be a white light or whatever color light that you feel safe in. It could be whatever. It doesn't have to be light. You could use your imagination here. Just visualize whatever you feel safe in or protected by. And do practice cleansing your energy at the end of the day. So if you start feeling unstable emotionally or even like energetically, set the intention to clear out your energy. Or again, you can visualize it. Visualize a white light beaming down on you, and this light is clearing out any gunk or energy that is not of you. Some of you, if that sounds too burdensome, you can simply wear like the evil eye. So I am getting that, the evil eye over here, to ward off bad energy, or you can wear some protective amulet. But I'm seeing practicing protection will be very important for you guys in this month. And with meditate your way to tuning into the frequency of your highest good, if it is the case that you start feeling low emotionally or energetically, Spirit is recommending for you to meditate. Now, meditate doesn't mean like being cross-legged and completely silent and trying to silence your mind by not thinking about anything. Meditation is whatever allows you to reconnect with yourself, whatever allows you to feel calm and at ease and at peace. So if reading a book, gets you in that state, then do that. If knitting gets you in that state, then do that. If exercising, running, taking a walk allows you to clear your mind, then do that. And like I said, I do feel like movement is going to be important for you guys. So if it is the case that you start feeling a bit nervous, anxious, or you just get this unsettling feeling, I do recommend, going out for a walk or just moving your body, turning on your favorite playlist and just dancing or just shaking yourself off. You know how dogs, they shake themselves off? It's not only to like shake off, water or dirt, but it's actually they're shaking off the bad vibes and the bad energy. So if you ever notice how someone pets them and then afterwards they immediately shake themselves off, it's possibly because that person was carrying some bad juju. Not that they are evil or mean or anything, but we all carry some low energy at times because we might be nervous, anxious, or sad or whatever. And animals detect that. And so what dogs do is they shake it off. And so, yeah, I do recommend it, shaking it off. And then with the message, control the way you feel and reconnect with your source energy. I'm not liking this message, control the way you feel. But what I do get from it is, become aware of your feelings and know that they are feelings and emotion. That they are not exactly a representation of who you are. And that you don't have to take action in regards to them, right? Which is kind of what we were getting from this moon in Aries, that you don't have to respond to these feelings and you don't have to adhere to them if you don't want to. Yes, become aware of them and acknowledge them, but that doesn't mean allowing these feelings to take control of you. Now, in the intuitive message, I was getting that you guys might be possibly reminiscing about your childhood or reconnecting with your past. And we do have this mother with 2 children here, so some of you might be remembering childhood memories. Some of them might be pleasant, some of them unpleasant, but I do get the sense that you are going to get some clarity in regards to how your past has influenced your future or is influencing your present. Especially in regards to how it is that you connect with the world or your external reality emotionally. Because we do have relationship and connection here, so I definitely see you guys possibly seeing how your relationships thus far reflect your relationship with your parental figures, or maybe even reflect the relationship your parental figures had with each other. Because with this protection energy, it's like whoever was your protector when you were a child, the relationship you had with them is being reflected in your current connections and relationships. So if it was a relationship that was not very stable or very healthy, you might be carrying this pain into your current relationships. Because actually, this is from the guidebook. I'm going to quote it. And it says, the person this card describes has feelings that are strongly colored by early childhood conditioning. I just got this message. Some of you might have had a very overprotective parental figure, or most specifically, a very overprotective maternal figure in your life. And this overprotectiveness at some point became quite oppressive, in that you felt like you couldn't really express your emotions or your feelings. And maybe now you are having trouble, expressing your feelings or really knowing what your feelings are. Because I'm even getting this message of possibly you were the one who had to take care of your parental figures. You had to be the responsible one or the mature one. Like, you grew up too fast. These caregivers, or the ones who were meant to protect you, demanded too much from you at a very early age. And this didn't allow you to, kind of mature emotionally or evolve emotionally, because you just had to take on this role that wasn't meant for you to take. Because I'm noticing how this flower is coming out from the chest, from the heart space. So I do see a reconnection with your heart space, with your feelings. Yes, but now I'm going to move into the other cards. Okay, so now we are going to get a heads up from Spirit and find out what significant changes, shifts, or events will be happening in the month of September that are quite inevitable. And we have, for our tarot card, we have the moon. Okay. And to clarify, we have the 7 of Wands, number 20, the lilies in reverse. Okay, so the moon often speaks about misconceptions, insecurities, hidden things, fears, as well as instability. And then we have the 7 of Wands here, which uprights denotes an energy of being on the defensive, needing to fight your corners, feeling the need to stand up for your beliefs or to challenge others. But we do have the energy in reverse. And actually, looking at this moon card, it is giving me such a peaceful vibe. So the message I'm getting with these two cards is, in the month of September, you guys are going to learn how to choose or pick your battles. Because there might be some confrontation that will be happening in this month. And because we do have the lilies here, it does feel like with family possibly, or people who are of your inner circle. And it almost feels to me like these confrontations or very important conversations that will be had with family members or with loved ones or people who are close to you, you already see them coming. Because the moon speaks about intuition, and see how this person here, she's reading the tarot cards for herself, which is pretty lovely. So it's like she's getting a heads up, a heads up from spirit in regards to this possible conflict over here. And this heads up allows for you to be prepared, for you to not fall into the chaos, because the moon, the moon pushes and pulls at the tides. It's very magnetic. And it's like you can get easily carried away by the drama, by the chaos, by your own emotions and get lost in the tides, or you can choose to stay grounded and not get swept away by the chaos. And so I am definitely seeing an energy here of you guys choosing to simply not stand necessarily on the sidelines, but not get involved with things that you do not need to get involved with. Because I do feel like there will be some very important conversations that will be had in the month of September, where possibly you might feel it is the perfect opportunity to express some of your feelings, some of your anger, frustration to someone in your life, hoping that this person might, see things from your perspective, hoping that this person might possibly apologize for something that they did, or might even forgive you for something that you feel you've done wrong in the past, But when you do have this conversation, I'm actually getting 2 messages here. I'm so sorry about that. It's like very confusing when I get like different messages for a group, but I have to remind myself that there are more than 1 people watching per group. So it might be the case that you do have this conversation, right, with somebody, or this confrontation, let's say, and you are expecting an apology or forgiveness, or for this person to have a change of heart in a way. But things don't go according to your expectations, meaning that this person keeps being stubborn, this person is not being open-minded, does not want to see from your point of view, and is just simply set in their ways. And if it were another time, you possibly would have reacted to their response, in that you possibly would have gotten defensive, or you would have gotten swept by your emotions, and this discussion, this conversation would have turned into an argument, would have turned into a fight. Things would just have gotten carried away, right? But in the month of September, because we do have the 7 of Wands here, it might be the case where you choose to, step back, where it's not that you are letting the other person win, but it's more of you become aware that this person is not willing and is not going to change right now, and you kind of make amends with that, and in that you possibly even forgive them. You kind of let go of expecting anything from this person. And the other message I'm getting here is possibly it is the case where this person does have a change of heart, and they finally do apologize, or they forgive you, and again that allows you some type of release. Either way, it's like you guys will be very in tune with the energy of the environment and know when it is best to, retreat, or when things are moving along and flowing seamlessly so that you can have closure. But again, either way, you do end up having closure. Whether you decide to retreat or whether the conversation continues and the other person does have a change of heart, both of these situations allow you some type of closure, because the important thing here is that for you guys, you have achieved some level of emotional maturity, and this completely changes the whole game because the ball is in your court now. But what I'm definitely seeing happening in the month of September is some opportunity for closure. Be it through conversation, or simply be it you yourself decide to forgive somebody or to forgive yourself. And that closes the cycle. I am also getting an energy of distance. Maybe in the month of September, you do decide to create some distance between you and certain people in order to find clarity, in order to find that grounding that we were speaking of, or simply because you are feeling how your environment is pretty heavy at the moment or chaotic, and you are choosing to create this distance in order to protect your energy. This might simply also be talking about placing your boundaries, right? In order to protect yourself, not only your energy, but your mental, emotional well-being as well, even physical well-being. Because with this moon card, I'm definitely see you spending a lot of time with yourself, contemplating, self-reflecting, doing a lot of healing or self-care. And you are definitely following your intuition as well. I mean, you have the perfect opportunity to follow your intuition in the month of September and not get carried away by your feelings and your emotions. Because I do feel that's kind of the lesson for this month. Kind of discerning what's your intuition and what are your emotions. And when your emotions are getting the best of you. And I just got this message. Some of you might even be deciding to start your own business, and this might have to do with divination. So if you are deciding to start a business in regards to divination, holistics, metaphysics, Spirit is encouraging you to focus more on that. Give more of your energy and time to that, because that will be more fruitful for you than focusing your attention in any drama. And this will help you with your healing, or at least getting through this energy over here, because focusing your attention on something that you're truly passionate about allows you to become grounded and centered. And when we are grounded and centered, we can be more in this peaceful vibe, emitting this peaceful aura. And I feel whenever you guys are grounded and centered, you have protected your energy, you do emit this very peaceful aura that whenever there is people who are angry, frustrated, or irritable, and they come in close contact or proximity to you, they immediately back away. It's like they retreat, or their mood changes, or their energy shifts into a more lighter one. So most definitely focus your attention on something that brings you joy, something that helps you feel at peace, and that will help you guys a lot in the month of September. Because when we have extra time or free time, then we have more time to overthink and start speculating, and that only causes us to become more anxious and nervous and, expecting the worst. So definitely invest some of your time in doing things that you like in the month of September. The last message I'm getting is some of you might be, for the very first time, doing readings for a friend or for someone who is close to you, or maybe readings for clientele. But with this 7 of Wands, I'm getting this vibe of someone has given in. Someone that you have possibly spoken to about divination or tarot readings, and they were a little bit hesitant about it or skeptical about it. They're finally giving in the month of September and are asking you for a personal reading. Yeah, that's the last message I'm getting with these. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards, and this is to let us know any advice or guidance Spirit has for you on how to best work with whatever September is bringing in for you guys. So we have, for a tarot card, we have the Fool in reverse. And to clarify, we have the King of Cups, number 24, hand in hand. Oh, something very quickly. I'm so sorry for going back and forth, but there will be a full moon in September 20th, I believe. And I feel that this full moon is willing to work with you. If you have anything that you need to release, if you have any pent-up emotions or feelings that you want to, let go of, this full moon is ready and willing to work with you. So you can do some full moon rituals or cleansing, or even do some journaling where you write down everything that you feel, everything that you want to release, and ask the moon to assist you with this releasing. And like I said, the moon will help you out. Okay, but for these cards, the Fool upright represents an energy of adventure, of innocence, playfulness, and freedom. Yet this card is in reverse. So what I'm getting from it is there is a bit of hesitance. With the King of Cups being here, the King of Cups denotes someone who is emotionally mature, someone who is calm, caring, wise, and affectionate. But being combined with this Fool in reverse, it's almost like there is a fear here of opening up, or the message that I'm getting is there is a fear of being looked the fool. It's like you guys have your guard up because you don't want to be looked the fool. And Spirit's advice is being emotionally mature doesn't mean that you can't be playful, have fun, be lighthearted. Being emotionally mature simply means not getting swept away by your emotions where you don't have any handle on your emotions whatsoever. So Spirit is letting you know here, be playful, have fun, enjoy yourself. Yet don't become, reckless. Don't be so naive in that you don't notice when a person is being deceitful, because the other message I'm getting with this King of Cups here is that I do feel there might be somebody coming back in to your life in the month of September. This might be somebody who you had a romantic relationship with in the past, or maybe had some romantic feelings for them in the past. And them showing up might spark these past romantic feelings you had for them. And there is this energy of beware, because I don't feel like this King of Cups is here to stay for the long run. It does feel like a passing energy. And so Spirit is just letting you know to be careful not to get too attached or form any expectations in regards to this person. And there's also this advice of really using discernment, because the emotions that are surfacing up, they are feelings of the past. It's like, remembering a memory. You're remembering your feelings for this person. And so Spirit is kind of warning you, don't get swept away by these feelings, because they're just an echo of the past. They're not really a representation of what you truly feel for this person right now, because you don't even know who this person is now, because this person is not the same person of the past, because people change. Whether it's a big change or a small change, people change. And if it's not them, it's you, right? You have changed as well. The last message I'm getting, because there is this focus on relationship and connections, and we did have this energy of possibly having very important relationships with people of your inner circle, it might be the case where in the month of September, you will become aware of your relationship dynamics, especially with the King of Cups figure in your life. The King of Cups always reminds me of a father figure, or even of a spouse or a husband. And I am getting this energy of commitment. Someone that you've known for a really long time. Someone that you have been in a relationship with for a really long time. And the King of Cups does denote a water sign. So this can be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. This is simply, denoting the energy. But if it is the case that you know a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio who you do feel is this King of Cups, then this might serve as confirmation. But it does seem like in the month of September, you are going to start seeing or recognizing how fair this relationship has been, how equal in regards to how much you've been putting into the relationship and how much you've been, getting back. So is there a fair exchange here between you and this King of Cups, where you feel that the love is mutual, that the affection is reciprocated, that the time, energy, and dedication put into the relationship itself is equal, or at least equal? Or has it been the case where you have been the one who has put a lot of the work into this relationship and this other person hasn't? Now, I say this because we have the number 24 here. You add 2 and 4 and that equals 6. And 6 is about balance and reciprocity, is about equality. But instead of there being a number 6, we do have the numbers 2 and 4. So there is this energy of imbalance where one is giving a 4 and the other one is giving a 2. And again, with this Fool card in reverse, I keep getting this message repeated in my head, is being looked the fool. Some of you might be feeling like you have been looked the fool in a specific relationship. And it's like you have felt this way for a really long time, but it is in the month of September where you fully become aware of it, or you do something about it. where you decide to possibly walk away from this relationship or possibly have a conversation with this King of Cups. Come to some agreement with them, because this can be very much a parental figure in your life. If not, this can be someone who, like I said, has meant a lot to you or has played an important role in your life thus far. So this can be a romantic partner or a very, very close friendship. The King of Cups can also sometimes denote a mentor or guide, but it is someone that at some point you looked up to, or you trusted in, or you maybe even felt protected by. But what I'm getting with this King of Cups is, have you placed a lot of yourself in this person is the message I'm getting? Or has it been the case where this person has relied solely on you or too much on you, where you had to become responsible for this person? And that's where the balance in the relationship dynamic totally and drastically shifted. Or is it the opposite, where you yourself have become codependent on this person? So I do definitely see some awareness in terms to a relationship dynamic, and it possibly might be more than one, but I am seeing a focus on one specific relationship for the month of September. So I do feel like advice or guidance from Spirit here is, if you can have a conversation with this person where, you sit down and discuss the relationship dynamic, you two might come to some form of understanding is what I'm getting here. It feels almost business-like, but it's like two mature people deciding to sit down together and have a discussion about their relationship. And that's what it feels like. And coming to some agreement on how to improve the relationship, or possibly even, go your separate ways if that's something that you both want, or take a time out. I mean, it's going to be different for each one of you. But there can be some positive shift out of this if you decide to create a change by being emotionally mature, having this conversation, discussing it with your partner, or discussing it with whoever this King of Cups is. But I do feel that the underlying message with these two cards is that Spirit does want you to open up more to the energy of joy. Because I do feel that for a while, you guys have maybe taken things too seriously. And I know that's a sucky message, but it's like maybe even taking things too personally in a way that it affects you to a very high degree. Because sometimes people are just frustrated, it has nothing to do with you. They're just pissy. And if we take it personally, we literally hold on to that pissy energy. And then we become angry for the rest of the day. And that's not yours to carry. It just ruins your day. So the more you can, connect with your heart space, connect with your inner child, this playful, grounded energy, the more this chaotic energy will simply slip off you. It won't even touch you. And the last message I'm getting, as we mentioned at the beginning, is, I feel this needs to be repeated. Being emotionally mature doesn't mean not feeling at all, or closing yourself off emotionally. Or protecting your energy or protecting your heart does not mean closing yourself off. It simply means knowing how to set your boundaries, but boundaries does not equate barriers. Those are two different things. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the last cards. Okay, but for any last messages, we have the Queen of Wands, number 40, Wine. And we have these two cards that are actually homemade cards. I created them, and they contain quotes from the animated series Adventure Time. So for our first card, we have, I don't need to feel like I'm waiting to be noticed. I know who I am, and I'll know what I want if and when it ever comes along. This was said by the character Fiona. And for our second card, we have, humor is the highest form of intelligence. Okay, Spirit is really recommending for you to get in touch with your humor, with your inner child. And the other message I'm getting here with humor is the highest form of intelligence, is you can really get to know a lot about a person's personality according or depending on their humor. And I feel like for you guys, it will be very helpful to connect or meet people who share the same humor as you, where you feel that they are laughing with you and not laughing at you, you know? And humor, I don't know why I'm getting this word. I don't like using it. But humor is reminding me of like high vibration. But let me rephrase that. Laughter is the best medicine. When you are feeling down, a good laugh can bring you back up. I mean, a good, authentic laugh can bring you back up. And it's actually when we're in this energy of innocent, playful humor that whatever heavy energies were stuck or attached to us, they immediately fall off. Because low dense energy cannot stand the high vibration of a good, innocent, and playful humor. I feel I didn't express that very well, but I hope you guys get what I mean. We do have the Queen of Wands here, which I think it's a beautiful energy to end this reading with, because the Queen of Wands is so badass. She is boss. The Queen of Wands denotes confidence, optimism. The Queen of Wands is funny. She is attractive. She is magnetic. This is someone who is courageous, vivacious, and strong. And I'm seeing this to be your energy. For those of you entering the month of September single, I don't see things changing for you guys. I do feel that by the end of the month, you are still going to be in this relationship status of single, but it's not going to feel the same. Like, you are really going to be embracing your singlehood by the end of the month. Like, you are just going to be feeling yourself, enjoying your company, and maybe even spending more time with your friends, socializing with other people, and enjoying these interactions. And we do have the 3 cups here, which reminds me of the 3 of Cups in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and that always reminds me of friendships or even of a soul group. So people that you really connect to, people that you really feel comfortable with, people who get you, who have the same humor as you. So I see you having fun. I see you feeling confident. I see you feeling sexy. I know that word sexy and sensual might disturb some people, so I'm sorry. It just means that you are going to feel confident in your body. And look at this quote. Such a beautiful quote. I don't need to feel like I'm waiting to be noticed. I know who I am, and I'll know what I want if and when it ever comes along. That is totally the Queen of Wands energy here. She is coming through with this quote. You are not looking to get anybody's attention. You are not chasing anybody. You are simply being you and attracting people towards you. With the Queen of Wands, she is fire energy, so sometimes she can denote impatience, but I'm getting a pretty patient energy from her, in which she is in no hurry or rush to, get attached to anybody or to make connections. She is simply going with the flow. And I keep saying she, but, this is simply denoting an energy, has nothing to do with gender. And we do have the number 0 here. The Fool card is actually the number 0. So this card being upright, I'm seeing it as the Fool showing up in this card, but instead of being in reverse, it is now upright, where you guys are now allowing yourself to enjoy your life, enjoy your freedom, and possibly even enjoy your singlehood. But those are all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like or a comment. Let me know how it did resonate with you. If you are new to this channel and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is in my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Oh, and a quick shout out and many thank yous to all of you who have been watching the ads. That is a wonderful and simple way to support my channel. So thank you very much. And yeah, that is all. Until the next moment. Hola Seekers, and bienvenidos to your September 2021 reading, where we will see what the overall energy of the month will be, what main themes this month will cover, and possibly even some of the lessons you will be learning in September 2021. And then we are going to get a heads up from Spirit and see what significant changes, shifts, and or events will be occurring in the month of September that are quite inevitable. Meaning, whether you get involved or not, these changes, shifts, and or events are going to happen. And then we are going to get some advice and or guidance from Spirit to see how you can best work with whatever September is bringing in for you so that you can create the best changes and shifts in your life. And to conclude the reading, we will receive any last messages Spirit has for you guys. So this can be more advice or guidance, or even a sneak peek into some of the blessings that will be coming in for you in the month of September. Okay, but now let's get into your reading. So as I connected with the energy of this group, the message that did come to mind was, we are here. I do feel that this month you might be reconnecting with some people you have recently lost contact with, or you are going to be reminded that there is people around you who are supporting you in the background. Yeah, I just feel like Spirit wants you to know that you're not alone. Spirit has your back, but there are also people around you in your physical 3D who also support you and love you and are looking after you and are willing to help you out in whatever it is that you need help with or in. And the last message I received was actually a visual, and it was of someone opening a door. And I'm interpreting this visual as opportunities. You guys are either entering into a new beginning or you are opening a door of opportunity for yourself. But it definitely feels like you're walking into something new. Okay, but now we're going to move into the cards. And actually, we are going to start off a bit differently than how we normally do for these types of readings, because I wanted to open up this reading with a very personal question, which is, how have you been doing? You know, sometimes we get so caught up in the pace of things that we forget to sit down and ask ourselves, hey, how have you been? And so I decided to do this mini reading where we will see what is the energy you will be entering the month of September 2021 with, and what is the energy you guys will be embodying or exuding by the end of this month. It's sort of like an energy check-in. And hopefully this will also help you guys determine whether this is your group or not, since I will be looking into what is your current or past energy. Okay, so for what is the energy you are entering the month of September 2021 with, we have Coral, Community, and to clarify, we have Home. Oh, sweet. And then for what is the energy you will be embodying or exuding at the end of September, we have Swan, Love. And to clarify, we have Good Fortune. Oh, these are very sweet cards. So I'm definitely seeing a focus on relationships and love for the month of September. And not just romantic love, this is, love in general. Love for others, love for self. I'm seeing that you guys are coming into the month really appreciating those who are around you. It's like you guys are realizing who are the people that truly matter in your life. Who are the people that have truly left a positive impact in your life? Who are the ones that have been with you through the happy and tough times? And there is definitely an appreciation and gratitude for these people. It's like I see some of you guys realizing that without them, you wouldn't have been able to easily overcome a lot of the things that you had to go through. You might have been spending a lot of time at home or with your family, with your loved ones. Some of you might even be realizing how much time you have actually spent in isolation. And I know that's pretty relevant right now because of COVID, but it's like this time of being in isolation or solitude has really made you think in a way and contemplate and become aware of how valuable community and relationships are. Because with the home card, I'm getting this sense of a home is not a physical place. Home is where the heart is. Home is where you receive love and share in the love. Because this home here, it looks pretty empty to me. It looks pretty vacant. And I'm almost getting this message of a home without love in it is just an empty shell. And with the corals here, I'm getting this message that together is where the beauty exists. because I definitely feel like some of you have really been in solitude or have isolated yourself, been possibly in hermit mode, or decided to disconnect from people in a way or from specific people, because possibly at that time you believed that being in solitude was the right way to go. But what this journey of solitude and isolation has only taught you is that you miss your family, you miss your loved ones, you miss your community, and that they bring so much to the table. They help light up your world. Some of you might even be entering the month of September just missing your family or missing your home, your childhood home possibly. Or you might simply be entering the month of September longing for a community, longing for a family, longing for a group of people that you can really feel at home with. Because with this home card, I am getting a deep sense or longing for coming back home. Whatever home means to you, because I know home means something different to each one of us. So whatever it is that home means to you, you are longing for that. And these birds here, I sometimes see them as spirit guides, and other times I see them as one's dreams or wishes. But right now I'm seeing it as fragments of your soul or your heart. It's like your physical body is somewhere, but your soul is traveling and venturing out to this home over here. And it's like nudging you and pulling you, telling you, this is where you should be. This is where you need to be. We are longing to come back here. Again, it's that message. Home is where the heart is. Home is where the soul is. So definitely there is this longing for home, a longing for deeper connections, longing for people that you do feel at home with, appreciation for your loved ones, for your family, for your friends, appreciation for community and relationships as well. And then the energy I see you guys embodying or exuding at the end of 2021, we have love and good fortune. This love is not just necessarily talking about romantic love. This love is actually talking about self-love, where you feel love for the self, and in feeling this kind of love, you are able to feel unconditional love for others, and you are able to connect with others in a very seamless and beautiful way. It is like your heart is able to open up to others without complaint, which is possibly why I also got that visual of someone opening the door. It might even be the case where someone is opening the door to your heart, or you are inviting someone into your heart by the end of September 2021. Because yes, this is speaking of self-love, but with the good fortune here, and knowing that swans often represent, like soulmates, this might be the case that some of you, if you are single, if you are looking for that person, by the end of September 2021, you might be meeting them. And it might seem like fate, it might seem like chance, it might seem like destiny, because even though we're talking about it right now, in the moment that it happens, it's going to feel quite unexpected, because you never expect to find a 4-leaf clover. It just happens, that you luckily stumble upon one, because it's like 1 in a million chance or something like that. But definitely with the good fortune here, I'm seeing that you might be meeting someone by the end of September 2021. If not, it might be like at the beginnings of October. And I'm also seeing with good fortune and love that you guys are simply going to feel very fortunate in love. And I do feel like your relationships that you do have by the end of September 2021, they're going to be faring quite well. And I'm just getting this sense of feeling very, very lucky, feeling very, very grateful. And of course, feeling a lot of love for self, feeling abundant in love. And I'm getting this very graceful and humble energy from the swan. It's like the message that keeps repeating in my mind in a whisper, sort of like in a prayer, is thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, there is so much appreciation here. So much gratitude. Okay, but now I'm going to move into the other cards, because this was supposed to be a mini reading. So we are going to see what the overall energy of September will be, as well as the main themes and possibly even some of the lessons you might be learning this month. But before we look at these cards, I would like to pull out some key terms to see more about what are the main themes this month will cover. So well, those were a lot, but okay, we'll see. So we have Tower. So apparently this is going to be an important month for you guys. Yeah, we have Ascend, we have Conclude, we have Foundation, we have Listen, we have Union. What did I say? We have Project. And lastly, we have Patience, our most favorite word. Okay, so now let us look at the cards. So for our astrology card from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun deck, we have Venus in Scorpio, 8th house, Secrets. And from the Love and Magic Oracle deck, we have Practice the art of allowing. Get in touch with your inner being and activate your own guidance system. I'm noticing that we have a lot of blue here. And actually, we had quite a bit of blue here with the swan as well, which was calling my attention, but I didn't mention it. And the color blue reminds me a lot of the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is all about communication, speaking your truth, being honest, as well as self-expression. And lately I've been seeing it as self-acceptance as well. And we do have the energy of secrets here. So I do feel like communication as well as honesty will be highlighted for you guys in the month of September. Some of you guys might be revealing some secrets in the month of September or speaking up about something that you kept hidden for quite a while. And this might create a very drastic change for yourself or possibly even for others. Or this might generally mean that secrets are going to be revealed to you this month, especially secrets or a secret that has been wanting to reveal itself to you for a while now. This might even be something that you have been asking about, asking for more clarity on, or asking the universe to reveal to you in a straightforward manner. Because this does feel like a revelation from the universe. And this secret that the universe is revealing to you might be about a relationship or a specific connection. And I'm strongly feeling that this might even have to do with a divine connection or a spiritual connection. This might even simply be speaking of if you have had a crush on someone per se or hidden feelings for someone, maybe in the month of September, you will get the courage to finally let your feelings be known to that person. Or it might even be the case where someone who has been your secret admirer for a while is finally letting you know about their feelings for you. Because I am getting a sense of connection here with the hands. And we do have the energy of union here and ascend. Sometimes I see this key term ascend as ascending in your relationship or in your connection. So moving into the next level of your relationship, whatever that next level might be for you. And I'm speaking about relationships and love a lot because we do have the energy of Venus here. Venus is the planet of love, beauty, companionship. It deals with our closest relationships. So I definitely see relationships being a main theme in the month of September as well. Now we do have the 8th house here, as well as Scorpio energy, and this speaks about transformations, death, and rebirth. So it might be the case that some relationships might be ending in the month of September. It almost feels like as soon as you end these relationships, new relationships come in. It might not necessarily mean like ending a relationship, but it's like ending the relationship as you knew it. So for example, If you have been in a platonic relationship with someone, maybe you are ending this platonic relationship, allowing for the romantic relationship to finally come in with this same person. Does that make sense? So it's sort of like the relationship dynamic itself is the one that is changing and transforming. But with Venus being in Scorpio, I definitely see you guys feeling very passionate in the month of September. This can be passionate in terms to your creative pursuits, your career, your studies, but I'm also seeing you are very dedicated towards your relationships. You are feeling quite loyal towards your loved ones, towards your friends. You are ready to help them whenever they ask for it. This can also be denoting that your loved ones are really showing their loyalty to you this month. Now, because we do have the energy of secrets here, you might be discovering in the month of September that someone has been holding secrets. And this is not going to fare well, because I feel that these secrets this person has been holding are not like pleasant secrets. It feels like someone has been deceitful towards you. And finding this out is not going to be, easy, but that is when I feel like your true group of friends or the people who are really have your back are going to show up for you. And that is when you're going to realize that you are very much surrounded by people who genuinely love you. Because it might even be the case where the ones who you thought were your friends were more like acquaintances, and the ones that you kind of, put in the back burner turn out to be your real friends. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. And so you are simply going to feel very grateful for still having those people that you've kind of left in the back burner. I mean, that might resonate with only a few of you, but that is the vibe I'm getting. Because this energy here can become pretty indifferent and cold towards others if they are let down in some way. So maybe there are people of your past who you felt wronged you or made some mistake, and that really made you feel indifferent towards them or kind of like cut them from your life. But they themselves have never stopped caring for you, and they possibly have been asking for forgiveness. It just feels like they have always been there, ready to be accepted by you once again. And they do feel like they are quite loyal people. They do feel like they mean well. It just seems like possibly they made some mistake. But they have repented. They have changed their ways. And if you allow them back into your life, they will be there. And I just feel like they don't ask anything from you. They just genuinely love you and would want to support you in whatever you need. I'm noticing how we have a lot of little motifs or figures here, as well as in this card. And what I'm getting from this is that some of you might be receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities in the month of September. And this is definitely universe, your higher self, and your spirit guides guiding you. And it's also definitely your intuition, your inner guidance system trying to tell you something, possibly trying to tell you something about these secrets that are being kept hidden from you, trying to tell you who you can actually trust and who you need to look out for. Because we do have the message, get in touch with your inner being and activate your own guidance system. So definitely your inner guidance is trying to tell you something very important in the month of September. And we do have the key term listen here. So listen to the signs, listen to your inner guidance, listen to your intuition, because they are leading you and guiding you towards something, or they are telling you something. We do have the message, practice the art of allowing, and I was getting this very passionate energy with Venus in Scorpio. So we do recommend and advise for you guys to maybe focus on something to do in the month of September, because you are going to have a lot of energy, and that energy needs to be directed into something productive, or else is going to become quite chaotic, because when we have too much energy and we're not working with it, we can become quite agitated, frustrated, irritable, and so we need to exert that energy in a very healthy and productive way. So if you guys are creative folks, we do recommend, channeling all of that energy into your creative work, your creative art. If you are more of physical people, you can definitely use this extra energy to exercise, or even use this energy to do things that you have been procrastinating on, to do things that you have been putting on hold. I don't know, like cleaning your house or rearranging the furniture or cleaning out your closet, something like that. But do take advantage of this energy in some productive way, even in something that might benefit you in the long run. So maybe starting off on that project that you've simply been thinking about, but you never had the energy or the motivation to begin it. And I do feel like your creativity is going to be on a high this month, so use that as well. Even for those of you who feel like you're not very creative, remember that creativity is simply about being ingenuitive. So if there is something in your to-do list that requires that type of creativity, then definitely use this energy to your advantage in the month of September. I'm seeing butterflies here. So some of you might be seeing a lot of butterflies in the month of September, and that might serve as some type of sign or confirmation for you guys. Butterflies remind me of transformation, which is the energy we're getting here with the 8th house in Scorpio. And we do have Ascend here. And we do have the energy of Tower. Now, I could see this Tower as, the Tower in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, speaking of drastic and dramatic changes where things that you thought were stable are, falling away. But I'm also seeing this Tower as rebuilding a new tower for yourself. And with the energy of Ascending here, I am getting this energy of growth, of leveling up. So you guys are definitely going through some transformation, or you have gone through that transformation already. And now you are starting to reap the rewards of this transformation beginning in the month of September. Because again, look, we have foundation. So I see you creating a foundation to build this tower upon. We do have the energy of conclude. So things are concluding and ending. So then new beginnings can come in, and we do have project as well. So like I said, if you guys have been thinking about starting a new project, the month of September will be a perfect month to begin this project, because you will have the energy to work on this project. And finally, with this Venus in Scorpio, some of you might be very interested in the occult or in mysticism or divination in the month of September. So you might be delving more into that this month, discovering possibly some of your psychic abilities, or what I'm mostly getting is that you might really find out what you're very into in types of a divination technique. So some of you might be discovering that possibly tarot is not the thing for you, but scrying is, or mediumship. Maybe some of you might discover that you are amazing mediums and you want to learn more about that and delve more into that. But it's like finding what your niche is and finding what works best for you and your spiritual gifts and talents, or finding what is it of the occult or of mysticism or spirituality interests you the most. Last thing I'm seeing is union here. And I'm looking at these two hands and they're reminding me of the yin and yang energy, polar opposites coming together to create beautiful harmony and balance. So like I said, some of you might be coming into union with a soulmate or even a divine counterpart. Possibly in the month of September, but like I said, I'm feeling it more towards the end of the month, maybe even at the beginnings of October. It might be the case that in the month of September, you will start feeling this connection more strongly, might start picking up on this person energetically, and you will start getting a lot of confirmations from the universe that this union is coming in pretty soon. And possibly your energies will come into union in the month of September, but the physical union might come in later. Because I'm getting this sense of, The energy is connecting and possibly integrating. And that is what might be happening in the month of September. And I feel that will create a lot of major shifts in your life. There might be even some tower moments where things that are no longer serving you or are detrimental to you will fall away. So this might even be relationships. And there will be a lot of ascension symptoms is what I'm getting. I don't know if some of you might be familiar with those, but you're going to feel like you are ascending or leveling up energetically, spiritually, or simply your perspective, the way that you see the world around you is changing and shifting in a way that everything feels heightened for you. Everything seems and looks beautiful and feels beautiful to you. But now we are going to get a heads up from Spirit and see what significant changes, shifts, or events will be occurring in the month of September that are quite inevitable. And we have the Chariot, amazing. And to clarify, we have the Ace of Swords, number 37. I always forget how to pronounce this. The rapiers? Okay, this number is calling out to me. 3 and 7, we add them up, and that is the number 10. And the number 10 speaks about conclusions. So I see endings happening in the month of September. But you know what the beautiful thing is? We have an Ace of Swords over here. Aces speak of new beginnings. Like I said, it's like something ends, but something new begins right away. It's like you close one door and another door immediately opens up for you. Now, the Chariot speaks about victory, overcoming obstacles. It speaks about movement forward. So definitely you guys are feeling quite victorious in the month of September. And with the rapiers here, this is reminding me of blockages. But with this energy being here, it's like whatever you felt was blocking you, it's finally being removed. So possibly these conclusions or these endings are removing these blockages from your life. They are removing that which was not serving you, that which was keeping you stuck. And once this is removed, that is when this Chariot energy comes in immediately, allowing you to move forward. Things pick up for you very, very quickly. And it might feel out of nowhere, but it's not out of nowhere. This energy of movement has been here all along. It's just been put on hold by this blockage, whatever this may have been. And because we do have the Ace of Swords here, swords are air energy, and air energy is associated with communication, with truth, as well as with thoughts, the mental realm. So this Ace of Swords can be denoting a new idea that comes in for you in the month of September that really catapults you, maybe removes a creative blockage, and then you finally get the inspiration, the energy, the motivation to begin on a project that maybe you've been putting on hold because of this creative blockage. This is just an example. Or this can be finally receiving mental clarity, because this is sort of reminding me of the Two of Swords in the Rider-Waite's Tarot, and the Two of Swords speaks about not being able to make an important decision because you feel you don't have enough clarity or information. It just feels like this doubt, this uncertainty is what has been blocking you, and all you needed was some clarity. All you needed was some information, and that is finally coming in for you in the month of September. Thus, it removes this blockage. Or you've been wanting to know whether you have been accepted or not, if you applied to something, and you're finally getting your answer in the month of September. And I definitely see a positive outcome coming from this because we do have the Chariot and we do have the Ace of Swords. So if it is the case that you applied to something and you've been wanting to get accepted, then I definitely see you guys getting accepted. Be it to a school, be it for a position, be it for a loan, be it to purchase a house or to make a travel, whatever it may be, you guys are getting accepted. Now the Chariot does speak about focus. As this card says over here, says control, focus, and willpower. Oh, the dogs are so cute. Look at this one, it's so happy. Okay, I I lost my train of thought. Okay, but yes, it speaks about focus. So again, for those of you who receive an idea in the month of September, I'm feeling like most of you already have some plan. You already have had this idea for quite a while. You've simply been, for whatever reason, it might be some external factors, you haven't been able to work on this project or work on this idea. But in the month of September, I definitely see you guys focusing on working on this project, plan, or idea. Feeling quite determined to complete this project, quite determined to begin this project, to set the foundations for it, to get, the money for it is what I'm getting also. Like some of you might have been waiting to receive some funds in order to begin this project and you've been kind of lagging it quite a bit. But in September, I definitely see you guys determined to do whatever it is that you guys have been procrastinating on. And the Chariot also speaks about balance. Again, we have dark colored little dog here and a light colored little dog, and it's kind of reminding me of this yin and yang energy. And in the Chariot card, we actually do have sphinxes. One is black and the other one is white, which denotes the yin and yang energy as well. So this speaks about harmony and balance, because it is only when these two energies are in perfect synchronicity and harmony, are parallel to each other, that the Chariot can move forward seamlessly without trouble. Because we do have the key term patience here. So you guys are really exercising your patience in the month of September, which is pretty crazy because this Venus in Scorpio is a very, very passionate energy. But you guys are kind of like having the willpower to manage this energy so it doesn't get the best of you. You are very much aware of yourself, aware of your circumstances and situations, and you're not rushing into doing anything recklessly. You're really wanting to do this level-headedly. You are really wanting to do this right, so that you know and are sure that you are creating stable foundations. This can even be in terms to your relationships, where you're deciding not to move too fast this time. Not only, like romantic relationship, but also, when you meet new people, you are choosing to be patient and allow things to unfold so that you can really get to know the person instead of simply creating assumptions about them or idealizing them. It's like you guys are really learning your lessons and you are deciding to take things at a much slower pace now. And calmer as well. I'm getting this sense of calm and peace with the Chariot card. And the last message I'm getting is I feel you guys will be doing a lot of things that will help clear your mind. So maybe, walking your pups or walking other people's pups or going out for a walk or exercising, doing yoga, breathing, exercising, just maybe possibly even spending more time outside. Like doing activities that help keep you clear-headed. And I feel like it is recommended to maybe take a walk or go outside, because that is where you guys will find a lot of synchronicities or messages from the universe or from your higher self. Especially through animals is what I'm getting. You might have a lot of very peculiar and interesting experiences with animals. Okay, but now I'm going to move into what advice or guidance Spirit has for you on how to best work with whatever September is bringing in for you to create the best positive shift or change for yourself. And we have the Two of Wands. And to clarify, we have the Five of Pentacles, number 28, the Anchor. Okay, so the anchor for me is denoting stability and groundness. Spirit is again recommending for you guys to keep level-headed and to keep grounded in the month of September. I'm noticing this yellow color over here. And the yellow color I associate it with the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus is all about confidence. It connects with masculine energy, which deals with how we view ourselves. So there is this message of being confident in your decisions, in your values, in your belief systems, as well as your intuition. Because with this Five of Pentacles here, the Five of Pentacles does often denote temporary financial hardships, or it can even denote breakup, separations, or a feeling of being left out in the cold. It is an energy of struggle. And with the image here in the Two of Wands, like I said, some of you might be deciding to end a relationship in the month of September. And, ending a relationship is never easy. And Spirit wants to acknowledge that it takes great courage to create, face, and or experience these type of changes. And whatever difficult moments happen in the month of September, they want you to know that you will overcome this, that things will get better. And to be honest, it almost feels immediate to me. Like I said, changes are happening for you guys very quickly, but you're not being put on hold in terms to the new beginnings. The new beginnings are happening for you fairly quickly as well. And so with this anchor, I'm getting this message of hold on, just hold on a bit. Because look, again, we have 8 and 2, we add them up, and that's the number 10. Again, that energy of endings and conclusions. And the Two of Wands, as you can see here, it speaks about personal power, moving forward, and embracing change. So the advice and guidance from Spirit is to embrace this change and to allow this to empower you in a way that if this was your decision, to move forward, to walk away from something, to end something, to feel empowered by your ability to have made that decision, to feel empowered by your decisions, and to start trusting in yourself more, that you are leading yourself in the right direction. Because the Two of Wands does speak about decisions, which I am seeing you guys making a very important decision in the month of September. But it also speaks about planning. It speaks about seeing how the grass is always greener. It speaks about options. It speaks about a positive mentality where you know that there are bigger and greater things waiting out there for you. Some of you, this might simply be where you are deciding to leave a situation, leave an environment that was holding you back, or you're just deciding to maybe travel or to maybe relocate, or this might even be you are deciding to leave a job you have been in for a really long time. And this change, might be a bit scary, especially if you are leaving your comfort zone or you are leaving something that you've known for a very, very long time. That can be scary. But there is also this energy of excitement in the background. You are giddy to find out what is waiting out there for you. And Spirit is encouraging you to ground yourself in this excitement, in this giddiness, in this hunger for adventure. Because look what it says here. The anchor denotes successful ventures in business and in love. So if you are going through a separation in the month of September, or you are considering at this moment, possibly ending a relationship, I do see this being a positive shift for you guys, because it's almost like as soon as you end this relationship, if you want to, there is a potential for a new relationship to come in for you guys, which I feel, because we do have the Five of Pentacles, I don't know why, I'm thinking of the next card, which is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles talks about reciprocity, talks about balance and harmony. And usually it can signify like a balanced relationship or union. So I do feel like as soon as you let go of this relationship that maybe has made you feel a bit left out in the cold, you are going to enter into a relationship where you are going to feel loved, where you can give and receive love equally, where you can share in your love with somebody else and feel supported by your partner, and possibly even share your passions or, support each other's passions, goals, dreams, ambitions. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be romantic. This can also be speaking about platonic relationships. There are new platonic relationships coming in for you where it is going to be the supportive and balanced dynamic. But it's like, for that to come in, you need to let go of that which isn't this supportive and balanced and harmonious dynamic. But definitely, Spirit here is encouraging you to embrace the change and to, release the old, let go of the old, so that you can also give space for the new to come in. And to allow yourself to dream, even if some things don't work out for you, like let's say a relationship didn't work out for you, don't let that rain on your parade. Is this the correct expression? Don't let that get you jaded? I don't think that's the correct expression, but don't let that ruin your perception on love or relationships. Don't let it make you give up on your dreams. Because I will repeat myself again, there is something better waiting out there for you. And you guys know this. This Two of Wands is giving me such an empowering energy. You guys know that there is something better out there waiting for you. You know it in your heart of hearts. Your inner guidance is telling you this. Follow that inner guidance. Follow that gut feeling. But most importantly, the message I'm getting is be confident in yourself. Don't sell yourself short is the other message I'm getting. You are worthy of so much more. You are a gold mine. People who meet you are lucky to meet you. People who have you in their life are lucky to have you in their life. People who didn't know how to value you, they might feel very sorry about this afterwards. When this change occurs, when this ending does occur, whatever it may be, or this transition, Spirit is encouraging you to start planning for your new beginning. Allow yourself to, grieve if you need to, but Spirit is encouraging you to ground yourself more in this excited energy by planning more about your future, your new beginnings. Okay, but now to conclude this reading, we are going to receive any last messages from Spirit. So we have the Three of Wands, number 5, the Tree. Perfect. And we have these last two cards, which I have created myself. They contain quotes from the animated TV series Adventure Time, one of my favorite TV series. So we have, I don't think there are bad people. I think good people do bad stuff sometimes, and that's bad. But if you just do it once, that's a mistake. And that's not bad, I think. This was said by the character Marceline. And for the other card we have, it has cost me much, but I have learned lemon need not squeeze lemon to survive, said by Soft Lemon Grab. So I want to talk about this quote very quickly. This is about, the way I interpret it is, there is no need to compete against others. There is no need to compare yourself with others because there is space and room for everyone. And so you don't need to fight for anybody's attention. You don't need to fight to win because there is room on this planet for you to grow. There is room on this planet for you to survive. That is what I'm also getting with this tree here. So find your space, find your niche, find where it is that you want to plant your seeds, where it is that you want to settle for a time in order to grow, and allow yourself to grow there without needing to push anyone away or to push people out of your way, because that only wastes your time and really wastes your energy. Just do you is the message I'm getting. And the Three of Wands comes right after the Two of Wands. You see, guys, there is this very quick energy, like things are happening for you, one thing after the other. Spirit is not making you wait, because the Two of Wands can often talk about waiting, but we have the Three of Wands next. And so Spirit is pretty much letting you know you guys don't have to wait for long for your new beginnings to come in. Now, the Three of Wands speaks about success. It speaks about being happy with your choices, which I am getting this energy of contentment here with the tree and the house and the sun in the background. It also speaks about freedom, as well as travel and possibly even moving abroad. So like I said, some of you might actually be relocating or moving or making some type of travel in the month of September. And this is kind of like your good news from Spirit. Spirit is letting you know you are going to make this travel. You are going to make that move. And if it doesn't happen in the month of September for whatever reason, because shit happens, Spirit is telling you, do not worry, because you are going to make this travel either way. Maybe not in September, but it might be in the coming months. So don't give up on your dreams is the energy I'm getting with this Three of Wands. And so what I'm getting also with the number 5 is unexpected changes. Expect the unexpected is the message I'm getting here from Spirit. Don't call quits too early, because you never know what might happen. So keep moving forward. We haven't abandoned you, so why would you abandon your dreams? The Three of Wands also speaks about your hard work paying off and experiencing new adventures, experiencing life. So I am getting this sense of breaking free. As we said before, like blockages are being removed. It's like you guys are being allowed to venture now. And it's a whole new experience for you guys. It's like reclaiming your freedom is the energy I'm getting with this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands can also talk about long distance relationships. So, I was mentioning how possibly you might be connecting with someone, with your counterpart, with a soulmate in the month of September, but you aren't going to be in physical union in the month of September. And I was referring to this as possibly, simply connecting with them energetically. But with this Three of Wands, it might be the case where you might meet them online or connect with them online. You are exchanging text messages with them, DMs, and that's how you are connecting. But your physical union is not going to come into play until after. So definitely I see you guys connecting with somebody in the month of September, and this relationship can evolve into something more, because remember, we do have the key term union here. So this person might be from another country, another state. They definitely feel like they are at a distance, at a physical distance from you. Yeah, and again, with this Three of Wands, something is going to come in, some sign from the universe, some blessing, some good news is going to come in by the end of the month, where you are going to feel very happy about the decisions and choices you have made. It's like it's going to confirm to you that you have made the right decisions and choices, and that's going to bring a lot of relief, and you guys are going to start feeling more confident by the end of the month, more confident about your decision making, more confident about your intuitive and inner guidance, more confident about yourself and where you are heading. Now, this message, I don't think there are bad people. I think good people do bad stuff sometimes, and that's bad. But if you just do it once, that's a mistake, and that's not bad, I think. If you feel like you made a mistake or you've done wrong, please don't hold that against yourself. Spirit is letting you know we all make mistakes. What's important is that you learn from them, and that if they brought about some pain or harm to yourself or to others, then what really matters is whether you do this again or not. That's what really matters. Because no one is perfect. We are all going to make some mistakes. We are all going to trip and fall at some points in our life. But the point is whether we learn, whether we choose to change. And this might also be referring to the people in your life. We usually classify people as bad people as soon as they make one mistake. But we forget that they are humans just like us. And that, again, the point is whether they choose to make the same mistakes again and again, or whether they choose to change. So, don't hold the mistakes of people's past against them. See them for where they are right now. see them for who they are right now. Because who they are right now is a different person from who they were in their past. The same goes for you. Okay, but those are all the messages I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought some guidance, some clarity. If it did, then please leave a like. You can also let me know how it did resonate in the comment section, or simply just, say hi. You guys know that I do read your comments. And if you're new and you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. All the information is on my website, and the link to my website can be found in the description box down below. Oh, and I would like to give a quick shout out and many thank yous to all of you who watch the ads. That is a very generous and simple way to support my channel, so muchas gracias. And yeah, thank you for being here, and until the next moment, bye bye.